Hey guys, welcome to Cobra Park Farm. Well, Farming Simulator Cobra Park Farm. Yeah, screwed up the intro. So you may notice the lighting's kind of different. Well, Raven come on TeamSpeak last night. He told us about this mod. And it tweaks the lighting. But my god, does it tweak the lighting. It makes everything look so much nicer at night. Well, it makes the night look almost... You wouldn't be able to make a video in it, put it that way. I'll show you guys one day. Because I may do a review on this mod, but... I don't know the place it comes from, American Eagle's modding, but it's a fantastic mod. I just can't say any more. The lighting looks a lot more crisper, like a lot more realistic, like the shadows at certain times. They get longer and shorter and so on. It looks phenomenal, it really does. I like it a lot. Okay. What is our combine at? Yeah, 72. We'll go fill him. Actually, this is full. We'll go into this and then we'll carry on with our normal duty. Yeah, it looks amazing. It really does. Cool. Raven was saying like 12 o'clock was the brightest. Another thing I'm glad to see is so many of you kind of like the fishing videos. They actually shared it on their Facebook page. That I was kind of worried about because I was a little critical about some stuff, not about the game, but more about how some of the community members are. So I'm kind of happy that they didn't mind that, to be honest with you. So I'll be doing more videos on it. It's not, like I said, it's not going to take Farming Sim spot up. It's going to be here and there when I feel fit. Recon actually, I don't know if you realise this, but boosted my confidence in that video because he said he watched it and sort of very good tutorial in it, even though I didn't mean it to be a tutorial. It was more like first looks, my first impressions of the game. What I do plan to do is like a tutorial series on it, because when I first got into that game, I didn't know what to do. Now, I'm looking as a European that has fished out there, that has done some of that fishing. I do not carp fish, I can't stand carp fishing, I find it the most boringest type of fishing out there. You sit around for an hour, days waiting for a bite. Yeah, no, boring. I like going out and catching fish. So, I plan to do a tutorial sort of from the very beginning, from going into the game going, okay, this game looks amazing, but what the hell do I do? Because that's what hit me. Their tutorial system's good, it starts you off, but there's a few life lessons in that game that I learned real quick. And Tony helped out on that. I think he goes by the name of 15-pound bass. As well. Set courseplay up just here. I think it's already got it, so we just need to drive course. It's probably just going to empty again, but it doesn't matter. Oh no, not the Unimog again. Yes, the Unimog. Oh, we've got to win row these. It's just going to be too much of a pain in the ass if not. That lighting though, what do you guys think of this mod? I'll need a reminder, no doubt, but link will be in the description, possibly. If not, remind me guys, you know how it works. I got a good memory, but it's very short. It's kind of concerning considering I'm only 23. I believe this is a pass I went through earlier. Even this seems just beginning. Oh, that was quick. Damn. You're gonna park right where? Yeah. Honestly, I don't care. I'd rather courseplay actually work. Do with a slightly longer reach. Sorry about that, guys. So these bales, yeah, I think we're just going to stack them up at the other farmyard. It's almost like I'm going to need to go over some of these again. The next size up would be too big, and that's probably the size I'd need just for the working width. I'm just going to go over to these. These seem better width, to be honest. I wonder if I've actually did a round on that one. The smaller one, maybe. You're kidding me? Did I just do what I think it did? This is better. I must have done a round on that, I can't remember. It's been a while. Why did I nuke that? Because screenshot, if it starts dumping. Okay, that was our thumbnail. Getting better at myself, just remembering to do that type of thing. I always forget. I can't get over the lighting difference, how bright everything looks, how nice it looks. Not a cloud in the sky, although the weather says we got rain. 17 degrees, cold of 6. Felt like that actually today, in real life yesterday night. Cool, real cool. It was nice though, it was refreshing. A little too cool, but it was definitely welcome compared to what we have been having, sort of real life weather I'm talking about now, guys. It's been pretty darn cool. I hope he stopped there and not stuck in the fence. It looks like he's actually just stopped. That's cool. Don't know what to title of this video. You know, that's the one thing I always struggle with is titles of videos. Especially for this camping series that I'm doing, when I'm not at a computer yet, you guys get videos. They may be short, and yesterday's one that I recorded, you'll laugh at that, that was just a complete fail. Absolute complete fail, but I'm struggling, I don't know what to call the series. Don't know whether to keep them like the normal title, Farming Simulator 15 on whatever map, because that I do want to keep quiet, because some of my older subscribers will recognise the map. I just don't know on that one. I may just keep it that. The thumbnails are probably going to be the same. I don't know if that's going to put people off. I say they're going to be the same due to ease and the fact of I'm going to put like in the thumbnail that I'm not going to be able to reply to comments, so I'm away from the computer. Whether that makes any difference when people click on them, I don't know. I don't know how much of an impact does the thumbnails make. I know someone commented saying, like the front cover picture, keep doing them. But I do plan to do. Now I've got into the habit. The channel's got over 22,000 subscribers, so I should be doing a little nice stuff to the videos, instead of just keeping them bland and boring up front kind of do. We're almost catching up to the combine here. He's like one row ahead of us now, technically. Hopefully this isn't too boring. At least you guys have got the combine working around in the background. Then we'll jump in the baler and probably stop. Actually, no, we can't bale yet. I say that because I don't want the courseplay tractor running into it, alfing stuff up. Now I do have a plan what I'm going to plant next. And these. Now it's stuck in there. And it'll involve me bringing in the new rental mod, put it that way, because it's machinery that I ain't buying. And if anyone knows this map, the grain or the items don't get stored down at the farmyard, they get stored over there somewhere. As a little hint. For a mile now, no. We'll pull off once we hit the top of this row, I think. I still can't get over the light, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. I didn't even look who the creator was, so I can't give him credit, but he did a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic. Not just for the time being, I'll park it up over here so it's out of the way. Oh, we love you in traffic now, come on. We're probably getting to the start point, I guess. It's full. Yeah, maybe actually. As we've got this here, we'll go fill up the Unimog. So that's needing that fuel. not sure where the fuel tank is on this thing. I believe it's on the other side. Yeah, it is. Typical farmyard. Well, that's kind of close. Stuff. Can you imagine if you had to grab this and take it over there and actually stand here and fill it up? Realism factor would be nice. Only 130 litres. Not too shabby. I'm afraid this probably can go back to the farm. But we'll just stick it out. Completely out of the way. With the courseplay tractor running rogue. He's doing good on fuel actually. It's not bad at all. Dirty texture on that trailer is real nice. Very nice indeed. And drive forward. It's virtually done. And the next field I do plan to move to. I always say that wrong one. Is this one, I believe. That is field 8. Then we'll get on to these guys. And you know what I just realised? I'm recording this and taking over Forestry Friday's spot. Oh well, I actually do not feel bad about that one bit. Forestry Friday may go on hiatus for a while. And that's probably the title for this video. I forgot to record Forestry Friday. Something I've started to notice in a lot of mods is the reflections. You can see how they're just a generic shine of somewhere, and it's usually Borehome or Westbridge. You would have thought they'd be able to get the reflections if they've got working mirrors. Can't they get real reflections? I don't know. Oh, no way. The numbers actually do work up there. The total hectares and whatnot. Oh, that's the hours. That's cool. And the holding tank. That's real neat. Didn't realise that actually worked. These are nice combines. Just not a big fan of the black wheels personally. But they work. Various different sizes, that is perfect for what I need. I should probably be able to jump back into this guy now. I'd love to start Baling, but I just can't. It's just not worth the hassle of the grain carder just collecting all the bales up. Guess I'm gonna need to go up and along. Follow this line for a little bit. I don't know if to bring the combine back for that one little piece. Not sure. Should get a lot of bales out of this field as we're condensing it down into one row. I would have thought, could be completely wrong, who knows. I imagine they'll just pack it pretty good. Of course, for real life you'd have to keep your speed way down doing this. That should be one of the last passes and then we can actually start baling towards the end of the video. Someone did say about doing more cows, and this is why I'm doing the straw, is for the cows, to get that ready. Keep that in stock. We've got hay, we've got silage bales that are currently fermenting right now as we speak. But we will actually blip over there in a minute and see how they are doing. It's been a while since checking on them. Yep, last pass. A little bit tough that. Screw it. What's done is done. Can't say fresher than that. This I'm just gonna leave here. And jump into the combine. Request a driver. What's up with him? Has he freaked out and something screwed up? Weird. Oh well. Guess we'll be doing that myself too. Seems like courseplay can be a little buggy still. May need to see if we've got any more new updates for that. This is a development build though. This is to be expected, to be honest. Alright, the beta, where are you? There. Time being, those tank guys can just stay in the field. Now I'm going to be probably pumping out a lot of bales, so I'm not really too worried about getting every last drop. This is more for just bulking and stocking up on stuff. Likewise, at some point I'm probably going to be doing some more silage bales. If that's the case, then all the grass fields are going to become that. All the grass fields I own, so like the big ones, the big four over there, 19, 21, 22, and 20, will be mown and just dumped straight into windrows. Thick ones are that, so I can run the baler through that. Be nice when BM Modding's baler comes out, but I have a feeling that they may be saving that for the mod contest. As it's a mod that's never been released or anything, so technically they could be, as it says in the rules, they can do it. Be interesting to see the caliber of mods that come out. Because last year I think all the way around people agreed that it wasn't the best quality that we've seen in the past on the mod contest. And considering it seems like a lot of the modders and possibly mod teams have walked away from Farm Sim completely now, I question if there's going to be anything decent. Because for the most part there's very little stuff out. And that's probably why the prizes this year are decent. Yeah, you get a factory tour. But me and Moose were discussing last night, does the factory tour have everything included? It's here in the UK, so travel fare and stay if you're outside of the UK. Other than that, it's useless. And to me, the second prize winners get better stuff. And the first prize, you win the tour of the factory. I'm pretty sure if you go through the right channels, you can get a tour of the factory at New Holland. The 3D printer, wow. Okay, what use is that going to be for most people? It's cool. The plastic for it, I believe, is freaking expensive. Second prize gets the steering wheel and some other stuff. Ah, how? You get the steering wheel at, like, it's supposed to be over 300 bucks. What would you rather have? A factory tour that you're probably going to have to include because it does not say your stay and flights if you're outside of the UK, or a steering wheel that can just get mailed to your house. I don't know if there's ultimatums there if you can't make it or whatnot, but there should be. I'm not sure what we started off the barrel count at. It says we've got 65, but that's probably from the other fields were done, because technically it's still the same day in game. That's probably, well, it is realistic, I would have thought. Someone was saying about the combine going stupidly quick. 6 miles an hour, I guess. I would assume for the modern stuff like this, that real flipped over. It's realistic. It may go slightly slower here and there depending on the ground conditions. But modern combines, I would assume that be able to get the grain throughput and not waste a lot of grain going out the back. Most of it should go into the tanks, the modern stuff I would have thought. Could be completely wrong, but I don't know. Seems like unless you're a huge ass arable farm, you run the, I wouldn't say old, but older machinery, should I say. The farm I grew up watching, they had 2 Massey Ferguson combines. It looked amazing, looked nice. I'll always remember them. I don't know what they've still got now. Kinda nice to go back down there, harvest and see what tractors they've got, see what machinery they've got. Get some video maybe. I think I'm gonna miss a row. To show you guys sort of where I grew up and what I was there watching. Stories to tell around that place. And there's a few. There's quite a lot of stories to tell, stuff I've seen them do. At the time they were mowing the outsides of the field, so effectively all the greenery around here, one year, I believe it's when the government were given better money for having the outsides not all the way up to the field edge, ploughed in and cropped. They left huge chunks, at least probably this tractor's length worth. It was a good amount. And there's like a little stream, little brook, whatever you want to call it, that runs by it, and they were mowing it, and yep, go down there the next day and there's a tractor in the brook. They found it. I guess the bank gave way, I don't think it was any fault of his own, and it just fell in. No damage done, I never saw him recover it, I would love to have, but I think my dad was down there watching him. And there's been times where they've had trucks stuck in the middle of a field, because they take small grain trucks in there, not semi-sized trucks by any means, but like 8x8s, let's say, wheel configuration. They take them in there and use them for grain hauling. I've honestly never seen him use tractors, and one of those things got stuck, and I believe, from what I remember my dad saying, because he was down there walking the dog at the time when he saw him pull them out, it was like 7 or 8 tractors and a truck to pull that sucker out. That would have been that guy's complete fleet. I mean, the farmer itself was, I don't know how big the farm was, because the farmyard wasn't anywhere near it, but he owned a grain haulage company, hence why he used his own trucks to do the grain. He had a few decent tractors. I know he had an old fence, a few Masseys, that's why I've got such a love for the old Massey Ferguson look. I know he didn't have any John Deeres. I think that was his fleet there, pretty much. Just Masseys and some of the older fence. So I remember seeing the big red wheels, and that's what my first experience with a tractor was. Farmer broke down in the middle of the field, he offered to show me around in the cab when I was a young kid, real young kid. And they're pretty chill guys. So if I grew up around there and had such a love like I do now for farming, me still being slightly younger, probably could have gone down there and gone up to one and had a cab ride for the day, kinda do. Mr. Neverray. Yeah, it's experiences like that that really kind of... They set you. It's why I love farming, it's why I love this machinery. Quite often get the question, do you work on a farm? Like, what's your experience? And no. I got what I would consider quite a bit of knowledge for someone that's never really dealt with this machinery. This is going to be interesting. He got a lot of bales out of this field, nice. I would love to work on a farm at some point, but whether that'll happen or not. My true thing is I want to be in a workshop, cars, trucks. When I say trucks, pickup trucks or big diesels that would suit me down to the ground. One day. One of these days is my ambition to own enough land where I can warrant having a tractor. I'd love to have an antique tractor too at some point. Ford 8N or something like that. Considering where I really want to be moving out to, so obviously Canada, is where I'd be able to pick one of them up. Somewhat restore it. Something that always gets me is you see the guys that spend so many hours restoring it. It looks like it's just rolled off the factory line, if not better. That's a new 1.3 bug right there, those bells doing that. And never really get it dirty, never use it. If I had something like that, I'd want to use it. I'd want to get it dirty, I want to get it plowy, or ploughed up, mud on it. Work the thing. That's what they were designed for. Make memories with it. You restored it, you made it look like brand new. You look after it, or look after you kind of do. So what we'll do is we'll finish up this one row. I'll probably do that off camera. As for stacking them, I'm probably going to save that for the video. This is the last video for the week. Next week is when I jump on a plane and jump off to Canada, so I'll see what I can do for videos next week. I'll keep doing what I normally do, so there may be like the back end of the week, there may not be any videos until I get back from camping, because the following week after we go. So I'll be doing that. Streaming this week, I can't promise anything at all. I'll see what I can do. Really need to crank out the videos for when I'm camping, because I've only got 1 week's worth right now. That's my fault, it's easy enough. If I started a week earlier I would have been fine. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys next time for... technically it's Nixon. I don't know. We'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys later. See you.